How important is color to a board game? Let's take a look at a game that has no color. Hi, I'm Will. This is Cardboard Minute. This is a board game channel where we like to play board games, review board games. We have some discussions, some multiplayer content, and there's a lot of love for the industry and everyone around it. We also are pretty active on Instagram, if you want to take a look at the links below. We're going to take a look today at a game called Veilwraith. Now, there is a new full-color version of this, or rather adaptation using this system called Creel Manor that I believe is on Kickstarter right now. However, this game is entirely devoid of color. It is totally in black and white. And you can skip through my review using the timestamps if you want to see what I think about that. But we are going to do a solo playthrough today to show you kind of what the game is like and, see how that works. My cards are sleeves. I borrowed this from my friend John, who's, kind enough to lend it to me. And he had everything all pre-sleeved. But I did my best to kind of remove the glares as I could, which is very prone in a black and white game. But you get a feel for how it plays, and we'll play through an entire session as well as then give my review at the end. So I will also kind of explain things as I go, so you'll get a good feel for how the game works and maybe even learn about how to play while following along. So let's begin. So here we have scenario 2 set up, or vignette number 2. Each vignette has a series of cards that must be added to the foe deck, as seen on the top, and some additional setup instructions. We will need to try to find the 5 keys before we can unlock the portal and escape and win the game. If we run through the entire foe deck before we have acquired all 5 keys, then the Archfiend gets shuffled in, and if we draw him, then we lose immediately. So, the game revolves around these 3 different power cards under the numbers 1, 2, and 3 here. If you've played something like Ark Nova or Civilization and New Dawn, you will become familiar and comfortable with this card row system where the position determines the power. And we have tokens to add to kind of manipulate that. We will start at 20 life. And so if we draw the Archfiend, we lose over life, we lose, but we have to get out the portal for the 5 keys. So start, there may be some beginning of round abilities. There's none right now. So we'll draw our first foe as an Enforcer. All the art is in black and white. And when he's played, remove a power token from the fight action. There is none right now. So to defeat him, we have to use an influence of 3. And if we don't defeat him at the end of the round, we're going to lose 1 health. So he comes into play. We get to draw a memory card. Okay, here we have Memory of the Veil, and this can be used to add 2 to explore, or I can combine 2 cards for the lowest value of the 2 cards and add that many tokens to one of these actions. So on my turn, I can do essentially 2 things unless I have a way to boost that. I can build up a card by tilting it slightly to add a power token to it, making it stronger. So now this is a 2. Or I can use a card, turning it completely sideways to use it at its value. So this is a 3. I can defeat this Enforcer. And then the card I use immediately gets pushed down to the 1 slot. There's no end of rounds things out right now, so everything is going to reset, and we move on to the next round. And we'll continue this until we win or lose. Likely lose if you've watched my channel at all. So here we have a Nymph. When played, remove a power token from the Explore action. Oh no. Okay, and she needs either a 5 influence or 4 fight to defeat. I don't have a 4 fight right now, or a 5 influence. So I am going to boost up. Oh, I haven't drawn a card yet. Let's draw a card. Okay, another Memory of the Veil. We are going to tilt my fight and boost it up. And then we are going to use the Explore action for its additional effect. So each of these cards can be used to draw a memory instead. So the position of main 2 actions. Okay, that could be useful later. Since I was not able to deal with a nymph, she's going to deal 1 damage to me. On to the next round. Here we have the Pariah. So he has no coming to play abilities, but when he's defeated, he gets added to my discard pile, and the next time I get him, I have to just discard him. So he kind of wastes my time. Alright, Memory of Honor. Alright, so I have attack of 4 now, so let's do that in order to defeat the nymph. And I used up the power token. And, well, that's the only action I can do. So let's boost this one by 1. And now the Pariah is going to hit me for 1 damage. Okay, next round. We have the Healer. So when she's played, I gain a Spirit. That's not nice. She actually helps me. However, she's going to hurt me each round unless I take care of her. Alright, then I draw a card. Memory of Creation, so I could use this to heal 1, or I can combine things for tokens, of course. And let's see, what's the one I want to take care of the soonest? Probably the Healer, if I can. I don't really need the life right now, so I might combine... Alright, I don't have to combine. I can just use this one for the influence, and then 4, and then take out that Healer. Okay, and yep, let's boost up my fight action. I think while I'm at it. Yeah, we'll do that. I take a damage from the Pariah. Next round. Okay, here we have our first key, the Key of Love. Aww. And okay, so this is a 4, not too difficult. The Pariah is going to be trouble, though. And let's draw a card. It's a Memory of Might. Might in memory. And that's an attack. Alright, I do need to get the Pariah down, but I don't have any abilities to do that right now. So let's... Yeah, he's kind of a pain there. So let's, you know what, let's swap actions. So we'll spend... Oh, do I really want to take that many cards to knock him down? That's pricey. Oh, this, you know, I'm going to wait. I have lots of health, so I can use the Memory of the Veil and the Explore action to get this first key. So I could use it to add a power, flip it to add a power to an influence action, or turn it to use an additional action. Once it's flipped, it does not come back. And once it's turned, it doesn't really come back either. But that is fine. And let's boost this one by 1. And then the Pariah hits me. Oops. Okay, next round. Here we have the Goblin. So he is removed from the game when he's defeated, thinning out the threat deck, meaning the Archfiend will come to me faster. And my next card is a Memory of Home. I'm getting a lot of these memory cards. Not super useful to stack them up here. And I do have a Fight 4 already, so let's do that. Fight 4. Take out the Goblin. He's removed. And then let's use my key. And use my influence to take care of the Pariah. You just put my discard pile. And there we go. And I can increase my Explore. Alright, all done. Next we have another Enforcer. So when he's played, remove a power token from fight. I don't have any. And here we have Memory of Cold. Ignore a spirit cost of -1 this round. So I can ignore damage from something. Let's see here. Can I boost this to 4 this round? I have a 1 here. I could go 1. Well, there's a lot of cards for. Not a lot of payoff. Essentially the damage. Okay, let's Let's boost this one. Let's use the Explorer. Oh, you went. Oh, yeah. Let's use the Explorer to draw a card. Oh, it's another Might. Oh, okay. I don't have any way to play additional cards, anyways. And then I'm going to ignore the damage that he gives me for this round. So there. Okay. Turn these back. Next card. Here we have another Pariah. Well, he only takes 1 to defeat. That's not a problem when he's defeated. Yeah, okay. Easy, easy. And we have Memory of Redemption. 2 influence. Very handy, very handy. So my fight's at 4 now. So kaboom, the Enforcer is gone. And this goes back here. So yeah, I'm going to use this one to deal with the Pariah instead and hit the Enforcer next time. Let's keep boosting up this attack for a good big solid whack. Alright, so I'm going to take a damage. I'm going to use my Memory of Creation to heal it. So there. No foul. And then these come back. Draw a new card. Oh, it's the Ogre. So when he's played, see, he's a big meanie. When he's played, discard a memory. Let's discard this memory. Okay, I'm going to draw a memory. Oh, it's the same thing. That's pretty funny. And let's see if I can beat... Yeah, I can beat the Enforcer. Or is the Ogre more important? I can only do 1 action at a time. And the Ogre is kind of pressing. And I already have 5 here. So let's do the 5. So I've hit him for 5. And we're going to tilt and increase this one. And then we're going to take 3 damage because I don't have any way to do additional actions right now. No more keys. Alright, so next turn we have, there's a key. Would have been good to have earlier. And then I drew a new card. Oh, use an additional action. Oh, there we go. See, Dragon Rider to the rescue. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5 to gain the key. And then I'm going to use my additional action card. Oh, sorry, this goes here. Then I'm going to use my additional action card for 3, 4, 5. Put that here and take out the Ogre. And I gain a health when I defeat the Ogre. And yeah, let's keep going. Use the key for an additional action again. And use my fight, so for 3 and 4, and defeat the Enforcer. So I didn't get a boost anything this round, but I also didn't have to take any damage. So that worked out pretty well. Although I blew through like everything I had. Alright, next. And I have 2 keys, 2 out of 5. Eremite. When played, discard a power token. Okay. He's got lots of ways I can beat him, though. Oh, 3 Explore. No problem. Okay. 3 Explore. He's gone. Let's boost. I didn't even draw a card. Okay. Let's heal. Alright. Going smoothly, going smoothly. Okay, we have a fighter. So when he's played, remove a power token from your influence action. And he likes to fight. Let's boost fight. I can't beat him this turn. We're going to use influence to draw a card. Oh, there's 2 fight. Okay. And then I'll take a damage from him. That's just going to happen, I guess. Alright, next. Another Enforcer. When played, remove a power token from fight. Okay. However, this time I have my Memory of Blood, who has 2 to my fight. So my fight is now 5. I now beat the fighter. I cannot beat the Enforcer yet, though, so he's going to hurt me at the end of the round. And I'll boost my thing. There's one there. Okay. Nice baddie, another fighter. He's only a 4, so when play to move a power token from influence. Oh, well, they're like ganging up with me. Big meanies. And we have 2 influence. That's actually perfect. So 2 and 2, and remove the Enforcer. And let's build up my fight for later. And take a damage. Next round. Key of Light. Oh, it takes an 8. That is deep. So we're only at 5 right now. But at least I don't have to draw a threat card right now. So that's fine. And we are going to swap position of any 2 actions. So we're going to swap these 2. Use a fight of 4. So defeat him. And we'll boost that. Okay. Oh, here we go. The Mad Watcher. She's like the boss of this encounter. She's not watching the whole lot with that blindfold on. All right, when I defeat her, reset a key. Okay, so I could flip to add a power token to a fight. I should make it 2. No, flip to add a power token to influence. Let me do that. Flip to add a power token to influence. And then we're going to go 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And we got her first thing gone. Oh, did I draw a card yet? I don't think I drew a card. Newer Spirit costs -1. Okay. All right, so that's the first thing, and then we're going to boost that one. Okay, then she deals the damage to me, and we move on. The healer. When played, gain a spirit. Thank you very much. And we are going to, we can't fight her, we can't explore. Yeah, I guess we can explore. 3, 4. So her bottom 2 are done. And, oh yeah, I didn't draw a card yet. Flipped out of the power token to fight. That's not helpful right now. I guess we'll just boost this ability. And then take 2 damage. I'm going to ignore Spirit cost 1. So I take 1 damage this round. Let's see what else comes out. Another fighter. When played, remove a power token from influence. Ugh. Always. Alright. Spend this for 2. Because I have to do separate actions for each of those, which is super annoying. Let's boost fights. Oh, I didn't draw a card. Keep forgetting. Use an additional action. Instead of boosting fight, I'm going to boost Explorer. Use an additional action combined with this to beat him. So I'm still taking 2 damage. Okay. Right. Sorry, we use that first, and then we use that. Gotta stay on top of those things. And okay, I took damage. Now it's next turn. Alright, the Pariah is back. So, okay, it's only on defeat. However, he does a lot of damage. Oh, okay, that means I'm going to have to go after him first. That's always annoying. I keep forgetting to draw cards. Assault position of 2 actions. Yeah, let's boost this one up. And I take 2 damage. I gotta get rid of these guys fast. So there's like an action, a comment that's just not happening here. Another healer. When played, gain a spirit. Oh, so kind. And then let's go after the Mad Watcher. Is now dead. Gain 2 life. And she's gone. Finally. Did we draw a card yet? I don't think we did. Not helpful. And let's boost this again because the 8 is very tough. And then I take 2 damage still. Alright, next card. Another pariah. And we are shuffling my pile now because I have to. Okay, and we draw the pariah. Okay, so now he's drawing discard cards. Now he's gone. And what can we do here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of them except for 1. And we're going to take that key. Turn to use an additional action. Where are we at now? 2. Okay, let's swap a couple of actions here. And then use this one. So we're 3, 4 for my additional action. And let's get rid of, I guess we couldn't do 5. So get rid of this healer. So I gain life. And then let's boost my fight and hope that comes in useful. I could flip to draw memory. Why don't we do that? Okay, whatever. More fight. Don't really need more fight right now. Alright, so these come back. I take 2 damage. I'm struggling here. I'm at 8. And we draw a nymph. When played, remove a power token from your explore action. Ugh. And she's hard to beat too. Okay, draw a card. Use an additional action. Okay, that could be good. Yeah, you know what? Let's take out the nymph. Yeah, 3, 4. Before she comes back to hurt me. These two are still causing problems though. So 2, I just can't, there's nothing I can do to boost. So I can combine this for 3. Maybe I'll do that. I don't need so much fight, I guess. So I'm going to use those 2, an additional action. Make this a 3. And beat him. And then boost my explore, I guess. So I'm kind of down to nothing. I still take a damage. And we'll see what comes up next. Oh good, it's a key. Draw a card, some more fights. I guess we're going to boost that. We're going to use the Explore to draw another card. Use an additional action. It's not helpful. So we'll just take a damage. Okay, that healer is becoming a pain. Oh, the ogre's back. Or another one. That's not good. Only at 6 health. Okay, there's a heal, additional action, a fight. Okay, 3, 4, 5. So there goes his fight. I still have to hit him for 5 influence though. 3, 4. Boost it. Can't do an additional action right now. Let's use Memory of Creation to heal 1. And they get hit for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at 4 health. Ah. Alright, next card. The Goblin. Defeat or remove from the game. Okay. Oh, sorry, was we play discard a memory? I guess I'll discard that one instead. I forgot the discard a memory. So I actually only have 3 health. Alright, so Goblin came out. Memory of Honor. Probably getting the Ogre is the best bet. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5. And defeat that Ogre, who gives me a life when he's defeated. That's helpful. And can we defeat the Goblin? No, we can't. Let's see, flip to add a power token to fight. So it's at 3 right now. Not enough to beat the Goblin. Oh, he hits for 3 damage. Ah! 3, 4. Not enough for the key. Man, that's pain. Okay, let's boost the fight. So I take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. My 1 life. Alright, what's coming up next? Another nymph. When played, remove a power token from Explore. Oh, sucks. Draw a card. Okay, I think maybe we can do this. So, 4. Defeat the goblin. Use an additional action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can't do it. Oh, I can't. Maybe I can. Okay, defeat the healer, which gives me a life. Not 20. It was a 2. And boost my explore. Oh, when I defeated. Did I defeat a watcher? I did defeat a watcher. I forgot to reset a key. Oh, that is going to be clutch. Sure, we'll reset that key. Okay, all right, back. So I take a damage on the 1 again. And here we have threat, remove a power token from here. I don't have one. Draw a card. Not useful. 2, 5, 6. Use this action to draw a card. It's a fight. Use an additional action. So for 3, 4, I beat him. But then we're still left with the nymph. Silver token. And she's going to hit me. And that's it. I'm dead. Alright. Well, let's head back up and see my review. Alright, so that was Veilwraith. Alright, so as you saw, the game is fairly procedural. You know, it's minor adjustments. You're kind of milling through the deck of cards, just staying barely on top of the threats. Pretty much not. Like it's on a slippery slope down, and you're just trying to treading water until you can finish the game and get the 5 keys. I managed to get 3 and came pretty close, but then again, maybe not so close. so there. So let's get how the game plays. The only thing that you're really missing is that you can upgrade cards in between games. So if you win a game, you can swap out a card for essentially the next level up card taken from a deck of more powerful cards. So your deck will slowly get a little bit better as long as you win. And that has to take you through the campaign if you're playing the campaign. Or you just do one-shots and hope for your best. And of course, the cards do kind of upgrades. The enemies will get progressively harder and harder combinations as you go on. You'll see slightly different variants and things, but so far all the combinations have been pretty balanced in terms of what they need to defeat them. Often this is kind of spread out by the multi-use cards, the ones that can be killed in either of 2 ways. Getting keys is tough. You do have to manage that, and they are necessary to get for sure, not just for winning, but also for power. So overall, it's a pretty simple game, as you can see through the playthrough. Once it gets moving, it does go pretty quick. Setup, however, is fairly arduous for a game of this complexity. You are digging through a massive deck of enemies, pulling out the right number randomly of the right monsters. So if it says Goblin 3, you have to randomly take 3 of the 4 goblins. And then you shuffle everything up. You spread out the 5 keys randomly. You randomly put in the special monsters based on... Well, you know what? I even missed an ability. Flipping a key also adds an influence. I don't think that would have helped. I mean, maybe it would have helped. But, yeah, I totally missed the abilities too. So there's a lot of little abilities to keep track of that I think with familiarity, you'll get the hang of. But sometimes it's easy to miss certain abilities and things on extra cards. And I think that partially comes down to the color scheme. So before we get too deep into the color scheme, let me continue with essentially you have 5 chances to lose in the campaign before you are out and have to start over. Gameplay, I mean, it's fun for this kind of card milling gameplay. It does get pretty repetitive, even inside a single game. It gets a little tiring. With the puzzle is very light. It's very simple. Not necessarily easy, and there's a little bit of luck of the draw here, but you're never doing a whole lot. It's just a simple management of these 3 cards. And I mean, I do like that part of the puzzle. It is interesting and fun, but it does get repetitive after a while. All right, so let's go down to the color scheme. So we'll see if we can switch over to the couple cards here, for example. So it's your typical fantasy schlock, girls in scantily clad armor kind of thing. But maybe someone can correct me. I do believe that Veilwraith is all recycled art, technically, from this company's earlier games, like the Kilforth or Gloom of Kilforth series. And it looks like they took the art from those games, or maybe even from models, and then like blurred them a little bit or painted over them slightly, and then kind of drew in some cartoony details on top of them. So the look is okay. It's a little amateurish, but it's a style. It's a sketchy style, and it's kind of okay. And some cards is better than others. Some of them are just kind of weird and doesn't work great. Some of them works better. Some that you didn't bother at all. Like the portal is just straight up converted artwork from something else. And while this may be a taste a taste or preference thing, I do feel like they made the black and white art kind of the wrong way. And let me explain this. So if you're not super familiar with photography or graphic design, bear with me here. But when you are turning something to black and white, there are ways to do that to kind of make the features pop by adjusting the colors. So this is kind of how you process it to get rich depth of shadows and colors and highlights and stuff like that in a way that kind of accentuates the image. And that's the complex way of doing it. It results in the best pictures and looks best. But the easy way to do it is to just take artwork and to desaturate it. So just to remove the color, and then you end up with just grays. Everything just kind of goes drab. And I think that's what they did here. I think they probably could have made the black and white pop a bit more, because there is ways to make black and white really striking without losing detail. And I'm not sure if they went to as far as it could have been for a black and white game. And I'll try to show you some example just with the screen here, if I'm able to replicate the Lightroom and Photoshop filters in Premiere. So this is, for example, how it looks like when you just desaturate the colors. Everything gets kind of just gray. And then this is what it looks like when you do it with a kind of monochromatic mixing. And you'll see the difference here. So, having gone back to that, recycled artwork, that's fine. Artwork's expensive. They try to do something with it. It's not just completely recycled, like Fantasy Flight Games sometimes does with their artwork. Repurposing artwork, like I said, can be fine, accepted. The bigger problem is when the black and white artwork misses out on the opportunity to call attention to details. And color, when used properly in graphic design, can help the flow and the learning of the game. It can help call attention to details of things you need to watch out for and need to know about. Symbols that you need to know that they match because they are the same color. And yes, there will be some problems with colorblind users or gamers who may mix up a couple colors, and proper good graphic design will help alleviate that. But even without that, it is an opportunity to accentuate things and draw attention to things that is kind of missed out. I would have loved kind of like a version that had just like was black and white with a stark contrast, and with just little pops of color. Like there's a classic comic book series and a movie called Sin City that did that to great effect, where it was like a single color and then black and white, and it was very very appealing image wise. So other than that, the components are great. There's a lot of content in the box, even if it does kind of get samey after a while, but it is fun to play if you're looking for something that's relatively lightweight. You just want to sit down and go through some cards and try your best at survival. It does a pretty good job with that, and I'm happy having played it. I'm not sure if it's the first thing I would recommend of this type, just because of the size per kind of game, per what I'm looking for as a gamer. It's not necessarily what I'm looking for in this type of a dungeon crawl-esque card game, but I thought it was all right. And of course, you don't have to get the sleeves, but I think my friend was right in sleeving this, because you do have to do a lot of shuffling, a lot of sorting and organizing, and it does kind of help with that. So, again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. And this meant to take a minute and not just enjoy the cardboard in front of you, but the friends around the table and the experiences that you make along the way.